Hello, everyone, and welcome to
Balance, baby.
The podcast designed to help you consistently show up as the best version of yourself. My name is Harkaren, and I'll be your host. I'll be here every week sharing stories and teaching you techniques to prioritize the only thing we have any control over in this world, ourselves. Hello, and welcome back. I'm a little bit sick right now, so I apologize if my voice sounds off. I'm going to try my best not to sneeze or cough while I'm recording this, but I'm so excited to release this week's episode, so we got to find a way to make it work. I love this topic, so much so that it'll be broken up into two parts. This is part 1, and next week I'll be releasing part 2. In our lives, we will encounter so many different teachers. In fact, you could argue that every person and every experience is meant to teach us something. Everyone we encounter and every experience we have can serve as a lesson, helping us grow and evolve along our journey. Teachers often challenge us, pushing us out of our comfort zones and motivating us to take action and learn from our experiences. Whether you like it or not, your ex who broke your trust was a teacher. That best friend that you no longer speak with was a teacher. That coworker who gets on your nerves is also a teacher. They were put on your path to help you learn something about yourself. Taking the time to understand why someone or something has come into your life will only help you connect deeper with yourself. Reconnecting with yourself is how you begin to show up authentically. And on this path towards our authentic selves, we will also encounter spiritual guides. These are different from our teachers. Spiritual guides offer wisdom and insight to help us navigate our path and understand the deeper meanings behind our experiences. Their purpose is to guide us towards the information we are ready to receive for our soul's evolution. They teach us by providing knowledge and leading by example. Both are invaluable in our personal and spiritual development and guiding us towards our authentic selves. There are several figures throughout history who are widely accepted as spiritual guides or sources of wisdom across different cultures and traditions. Some examples are Buddha or Jesus or our gurus. They were enlightened humans, completely tapped in and operating from source energy. Source energy is a pure source of love and well-being. On a quantum level, it is the highest vibrational energy that exists. Many spiritual traditions teach that within each of us lies a divine spark or essence, which is often referred to as source energy, the divine within, your true self or your higher self. It's within each of us, and our ultimate goal is to stay tapped in and to be continuously aware of our connection to our higher self, allowing it to guide our thoughts, feelings, and actions. The practices we learned in Season 1, such as meditation, mindfulness, gratitude, and acts of kindness, are often used to nurture this connection and to deepen our experience of inner peace, love, and well-being. In addition to these well-known spiritual guides, there are countless modern spiritual guides who are making contributions to the collective awakening of humanity. Through their books, workshops, and online platforms, they offer guidance and inspiration to people on their spiritual journey. A few of my favorites are Louise, who was the queen of positive affirmations, Eckhart Tolle, who is a master of present moment awareness, Deepak Chopra, who we discussed a bit in Season 1, Episode 9, Wayne Dyer, Esther and Jerry Hicks, and so many others. These modern spiritual teachers come from diverse backgrounds and traditions, but they share a common goal: to help us deepen our connection to source energy and align more fully with our higher selves. By staying tapped into this divine essence, we open ourselves up to a life of greater joy, peace, and fulfillment, both for ourselves and the world around us. You can also encounter spiritual guides in your everyday life. I have at least 2 people who I consider to be pivotal figures in my own spiritual journey. One of them is my therapist. As my awareness and understanding expanded, she was able to provide me with more resources and understanding. She not only helped me deepen my self-awareness, heal my past wounds, and cultivate greater resilience, she also introduced me to the teachings of modern spiritual guides, such as Louise and Eckhart Tolle. By introducing me to these modern spiritual guides and their wisdom, she provided me with a holistic approach to my healing and well-being, embracing the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. The second person was a woman I used to get laser treatments from. This seemingly random person who was only in my life for a short period of time made such a profound impact on who I am, what I believe, and how I interpret the world around me. But more on her in a future episode. The key point here is to remain open to receiving guidance and inspiration from various sources. For those of you who have kids, we often think we know more than they do, but truthfully, they often teach us just as much, if not more, than we teach them. Kids see the world with fresh eyes, without bias and ego. In their innocence and curiosity, they remind us of the wonder and magic that exists in every moment, the joy that is just waiting to be tapped into. My sister will sometimes laugh at me when I'm playing with my 2-year-old niece, not in like a mean way. Like, my niece will be running around asking me to chase her, so I'll chase her, and I'll act extra silly, like flailing my arms around while I'm running behind her. I do this for a few reasons. 1, because I'm tapping into my own inner child and letting her play however she wants. 2, I'm an adult being silly, which makes my niece scream with excitement. And 3, anyone who's watching us play together is laughing out loud and fully engaged in the present moment, even if just for a few seconds. To me, that's a win-win situation. That is pure joy spreading to everyone in the vicinity. I even see my dog as a spiritual guide. Our pets have the ability to connect with us on a deeply emotional and intuitive level, even though they don't speak the same language as us. They accept us as we are and provide us with unconditional love. They remind us to let go of distractions and fully immerse ourselves in the present moment. We are so fortunate to experience the love and joy that children and pets bring into our lives, and we can learn so much from them if we allow them to teach us. One of my favorite books that I've read on my spiritual journey is called Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. But before I start talking about the book, I need to address something. Esther and Jerry were a married couple. Jerry passed away in 2011, and Esther is still alive, still doing workshops and teaching people how to reconnect with source energy. But you might have also heard the name Abraham Hicks. So, who is Abraham Hicks? Well, it's a bit woo-woo, so I'm going to need you to trust me. I would never lead you astray. You're here because you're finding value and insight in the tools I'm sharing. You've come here to learn from my experience and from the practices I applied to better my own life. There comes a point in your spiritual journey where you just need to free fall and allow the universe to catch you, where you can't logic your way through. This is one of those moments. Abraham Hicks isn't a person. It's a collective consciousness channeled through Esther Hicks. Esther Hicks discovered her ability to channel Abraham in the early 1980s, and since then, she has been sharing their messages through books, workshops, and seminars around the world. When Esther channels Abraham, she essentially becomes a conduit for the higher wisdom, allowing it to flow through her and communicate with others. Similar to how a medium would connect with a deceased loved one to communicate their messages with you. Abraham is described as a group of non-physical entities or beings who exist in a higher vibrational plane of existence. They offer guidance, wisdom, and teachings to help people align with their true selves and manifest their desires. Their teachings emphasize the law of attraction and the power of vibrational alignment. They teach that we are all vibrational beings, constantly emitting frequencies that attract experiences, people, and circumstances into our lives. By learning to raise our vibration and align with our true desires, we can manifest our dreams and create a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. Now, I understand if this concept feels a bit abstract, but I encourage you to approach it with an open mind. Whether you resonate with the idea of channeling or not, there's no denying the profound impact that Abraham Hicks's teachings have had on countless people, myself included. Their wisdom has helped me shift my perspective, release limiting beliefs, and step into a greater sense of empowerment and alignment. So as we dive into the teachings of Ask and It Is Given, keep an open heart and an open mind, and allow yourself to explore the power of aligning with source energy and manifesting your deepest desires. Honestly, who knows, you might just discover a whole new way of looking at the world and creating the life you've always dreamed of. Ask and It Is Given is one of those books that you can only read once you're ready to hear the lessons. It's so bizarre, but if you try to read it before you're ready, you'll either make excuses and never start, or you'll start, but you'll never get through it. Or if you're stubborn, you'll force yourself to read it all, but you won't actually resonate with the messages. But when you're truly ready, the messages will resonate so deeply with your soul that you will have no doubt that what's written in this book is true. Ask and It Is Given explores the principles of the law of attraction and offers practical techniques for harnessing the creative power of the universe to manifest your dreams and live a life of purpose and joy. It gives practical tips on how to ask for and then how to receive whatever you want. Right now, I'm speaking to you in English, obviously, but the universe doesn't speak a language. It speaks in energy. It matches energetic vibrations. Vocabulary is limited, but energy is not. You can speak words all you want. It's your vibrational energy behind the words that's creating your reality. There's a part in this book that I have to read to you. The first time I read it, it made me start to giggle. I've always been a super giggly person, but something about these words activated the joy within me. Somehow I just knew the words were true. It starts by saying, "It is our intention to help you remember that you are extensions of source energy, that you are blessed, loved beings, and that you have come forth into this physical time-space reality to joyously create. We write this book to reawaken within you your memory of the power and inevitable success that pulses through the core of that which you are. We write this book to assist you in returning to your place of optimism, positive expectation, and expanded joy, and to remind you that there is nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. We write this book because we promised you we would. And now, as you hold this book in your hands, you are completing a promise that you made as well. You knew then, before your physical birth, that you were source energy, specifically focused in this physical body. And you knew that the physical person you would become could never be separated from that which you came from. You understood then your eternal connection to that source energy. You were born with innate knowledge that you do create your own reality. You are eternal beings who have chosen to participate in this specific physical life experience for many wonderful reasons. Your motion forward is inevitable. It must be. You cannot help but move forward. But you are not here on a quest to move forward. You are here to experience outrageous joy. That is why you are here. There's something about the concept of being reminded that resonates so deeply for me. As we journey into spiritual and personal growth, a lot of the work we do involves unlearning and shedding layers of conditioning and programming that we've absorbed from society and culture and past experiences. This process of unlearning can be liberating, but also challenging. We're confronting beliefs that are deeply ingrained. We are confronting our fears and traumas that have shaped our perception of ourselves and the world around us. That message from the book reminds us of our power as extensions of source energy. It serves as a gentle nudge to remember our true essence and reclaim the wisdom and knowledge that lies within each of us. Unlearning involves questioning and challenging the beliefs and narratives that no longer serve our highest good. It requires us to examine our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with honesty and compassion, recognizing that healing and growth often requires us to step outside of our comfort zone and confront parts of ourselves that we may have long avoided or suppressed. As we release old patterns and conditioning, we create space for new insight and for new possibilities to emerge. We reconnect with the truth of who we are, eternal beings of love and light, capable of creating our own reality and living a life of joy, purpose, and fulfillment. The journey of unlearning can feel overwhelming at times, but it is also deeply empowering and transformative. With each layer we shed, we come closer to aligning with our authentic selves and embodying the highest expression of our being. We reclaim our power and remember that we are the creators of our own destiny, capable of shaping our lives in alignment with our deepest desires and intentions. And knowing that we are here to experience joy explains why joy feels so good. It explains why I get that shimmery gold feeling in my chest when I'm grateful or when my intuition is guiding me. It's all source energy. It's me remembering why I'm here. It's the acknowledgement of the connections that I'm making between the physical and non-physical world. Throughout the creation of this episode, from the initial idea to scripting, recording, and editing, I remained tapped into this joyful energy, that tingly sensation of joy pulsing through me, kind of like the feeling of goosebumps. And on that positive note, I will end the episode here. Thank you so much for tuning in to my 5th episode of Season 2. We've only just begun to scratch the surface of this topic, and I'm so excited to continue where we left off. In the next episode, I'll be explaining to you the specific practices that will help you raise your vibrations so that you can begin to live in a state of joy more often. There are over 20 practices described in the book. You'll be surprised by how simple and effective the processes are and how quickly they will begin to change your perspective. In last week's episode, I talked briefly about using a rampage of appreciation as one of my spiritual self-care techniques. That concept came from this book, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you next week. If you're not already doing so, be sure to add me on Instagram and TikTok at Balance Baby Podcast, where I'll be posting short videos to help deepen the concepts I discuss on my podcast, helping you apply the concepts to your daily life. I'll see you next week for part 2 of this episode. Together here, we're creating a community of beautiful souls ready to uplift each other, ready to experience all the joy that this life has to offer us. And don't forget, life is all about balance, baby. Balance, baby.